How's everybody doing today? West Coast Cannabis here with Optic LED Grow Lights.com. And today we are going to be unboxing and review of the highly sought after Optic One 54 watt COB LED grow light. Let's take a look. We have Optic One, which is our 3500 Kelvin daylight white spectrum, a full cycle. Then we have Optic One Veg, which is a 5000 Kelvin, works amazing in veg, all types of veg, and also works really well with auto flowers. So we're going to take a look at both Optic One and Optic One Veg, and then we will set them up and do a little par meter test so you can get an idea of what kind of plant food that these Optic Ones will supply for your garden. So let's take a look at that. We're going to go ahead and crack open the regular Optic One 3500 Kelvin. Does amazing in flower, but technically at 3500 Kelvin you could use the light full cycle. So real simple. Just a nice plain brown discreet package with no markings on it. You open it up, what do you see? A really big cob. It's a USA made CREE CXB3590. Very, very nice cob. And these are very high quality cobs. They last for many, many, many years. This particular light has a lifetime warranty. The first ever that we have had a lifetime warranty on one of our LEDs, and that's what you get with the Optic One. So what we had fall out here was a ratchet hanger. Here's some paperwork that comes with the light. Some additional information about like hanging heights and that type of stuff. And then on the other side you'll see the power cords. Power cord. So we took that back side off. Let's go ahead and take the front side off here. And let's crack her open. Look at that, right? It's a pretty good sized cob. Super easy. If you're looking for a white light growing experience with a very high quality and if not the highest yielding LED when you look at grams per watt on the yield end, then Optic One may be the right choice for you. This particular light will veg with 54 watts. It veges a 3 foot by 3 foot area. Or you can flower a 2 foot by 2 foot area with this for flowering capabilities. So, and we'll definitely take a look at that. So there is the Optic One. Here, let's have you take a look at the back. You can see, look at the heatsink. You can see the heatsink is bigger than the driver. This is a Meanwell driver, which is industry best for LED grow lights. Meanwell is the best. They last forever. They're super efficient. Very high quality. Anodized black pin fin heatsink. And then you have a lens which magnifies par output and increases canopy penetration by up to 200%. Take a look at that lens. This is a 90-degree lens. That's what comes on the Optic One. Now you can actually purchase the 120-degree lens on this light or the Optic One Veg. So if you want to widen your light output, have a more even spread, you can change to the 120-degree lens. But the 90-degree is what comes on there right now. And we'll hook that up and show you how that kind of spot beams the light. Here's a good shot where you can see the cool white which is the Optic 1 Veg, the 5000 Kelvin. And then over here you can see the daylight white, which is the 3500 Kelvin full cycle. That's the Optic 1. You can see it has no moving parts, which is part how we are able to offer a lifetime warranty. You have a fanless driver, meanwhile, pounding 54 watts into this Optic 1, which has the lens to magnify the power output, and then you've got a ultra efficient 2.15 micromoles per watt. And this Optic 1 Veg I love growing with. This one here is a lot of fun. You can veg some serious canopy with the Optic 1 Veg. And now with the option where for an extra $10 you can add a 120 degree lens. So you'll get the 90 that comes on the light standard, and then you'll also get an additional lens for 120 degree if you want to spray the par out more evenly instead of spot beaming it. Because if we take a look here, it's kind of like a flashlight, how it focuses and projects the light through that lens. So we're not having to rely on like light bouncing off the walls and all that. We just spot beam the light into the exact area that we want. And this is a 2x4 Gorilla tent, 2 foot by 4 foot, because each one of these Optic 1s covers a 2x2 area in flower. So let's take a look. Par meter. And right now we are at, this is with 54 watts. And the light is just kind of going back and forth just the teeniest bit. Only 54 watts though. Emits like no heat, virtually no heat. Like this just gets warm basically after running for quite some time. But check that out. That's at 16.5 inches away. I will show you guys on the measuring tape. 16.5 inches off the ground, which this is the max intensity you would want to run the Optic 1 at, like in flower, and still get the 2x2 coverage area. See here, we're 623. This square foot in the middle obviously is going to have really good par. 600 is actually really good par. If you can get 600 across the entire canopy, you're definitely going to get some good sized nugs with that. And then, you know, if you were growing with the Optic 1, you know, if you're rotating your plant, that helps too, because then when you start getting to some of these more outlying areas, and we're in the 400, right? That's still pretty darn good. Now, let's go around to the very, like the outside, you know. Look at that, 280. In a 2x2 area, it does pretty darn good. 200s, that's actually good. You know, you could actually do pretty good in this 2x2 area with these par numbers. Absolutely. Very nice. I'm very happy to see the 16.5. That's some really good intensity. Now, if we raise it up, it's going to spread out some of that intensity in the middle. So let me show you. If I raise it up a few inches, that's probably more like 4 or 5 inches. We'll take a look. See, we're now at 400. Let's see where we're at here. Let's do this. Let's raise it up to 24 inches. Just one more click. See, now we're at 24 inches. And see the par that we have? We're at 303, 304 in the middle. But check this out. I just moved all the way over there. It's still exactly the same, 300. Barely went down, right? It just spreads the photons out better. when you do raise the hanging height. So you'll get more even coverage. But at the same time, the farther the light travels, the density of photons dissipates. See over here? Boom, back to the 600s, right? Optic 1. COBs. The growing power from COBs. A spectrum that your plants and canopy will love, and results that you will be very satisfied with. Up to 2 grams per watt yield. Optic 1 is a big thumbs up and is a great addition to any garden. Micro grows. Literally, there's no noise whatsoever, so it's very stealthy, and it emits no heat, basically. You know, these things barely get warm, you know, after many, many hours. So for stealth growers, absolutely amazing. You know, you're talking about up to 3.5 ounces yield in this 2x2 area. One plant, and you can get up to 3.5 ounces. So it's up to 108 grams. Now, if you could even possibly put 2 plants, you know, next to each other, and to make sure you get, you know, use of the full coverage area.